that Rick DiPietro has taken. Oh, Slapshot scores! I upped my Slapshot for these playoffs because we're going to be playing some computer or human goalies, so I knew I might be able to beat them. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome to the NHL 13 February playoffs. This is our first game. We're playing a club called QKA. I do not remember what their actual name was. For some reason, the names only show up for a split second and then they're gone. Usually it shows for a while. But anyway, this is the club that we assembled through some tryouts as well as what we had before. Some of the guys on the club are new. Some, actually, you know what? Yeah, there's only two of us that are remaining. That weren't through the tryout, and that would be myself and the goalie. Anyway, for starting lineups for the playoffs, at center we have Extreme Oil Rush. Myself, I'm playing right wing. Our two defenders are that Irish guy and a Violent Midget, and then finally in net, TDK 95. I actually picked up TDK in my first subscriber shootout challenge. He's a really good goalie, and he continues to be, so it was a good pickup for us. So we're looking for a quick start here to this game. See if we can get on the board really soon. We hadn't played too many games together yet before this point. So, I mean, this is going to be a learning experience partially. Oh. We played some club games together without a goalie. Our goalie was having a hard time getting on or something. So we, this was kind of like one of our earlier ones anyway with a goalie. In the meantime, while we watch this, we can talk about some NHL news. The Blackhawks continue their streak. It's getting ridiculous at this point. They just beat Detroit again. And they're now, what is that, 19. Right? Is that 19? I don't know what it is anymore. I think it's 19-0-3. Yeah, because I think they're 22 straight games without a loss, which is absolutely ridiculous. And at this point, I don't know. We're getting to the point where it's not going to take a miracle anymore for somebody to beat them. They were in that stretch before. It's like, you know what, it's going to take a really good team or the luckiest team on earth to beat them. But I think that it's more of the case of, oh geez, that was close. I think it's more of a case of, you know, some team like Columbus brought them to overtime the other night. You know, that's the type of game it's going to take. It's going to be a team like Columbus or Calgary or, you know, Washington. Well, I guess it won't be Washington, but maybe Edmonton might take them down. It's going to be a team that you would not expect that's going to take them down because Detroit had them on the ropes up until, I believe it was like 2-something left in the game, and Chicago tied it up. They went to overtime, nothing solved, went to a shootout. Chicago beat them again. It's getting a little ridiculous. So I think everybody just kind of wants to see Chicago fall at this point. And the mind-boggling thing about the situation is that Chicago really hasn't added any pieces over the summer that you would say were game changers, you know. I think Patrick Kane's finally playing like a first overall pick. It only took, you know, like 5 years for that to happen, but he's finally playing like it. 6 years, I guess. Was it 2008? Yeah, I believe that was 2008. No, sorry, 2007. It was 2007 when Patrick Kane was drafted first overall. I think that might be wrong. I can't remember anymore. Anyway, yeah, it took him forever to get some point production going. Finally, you know, he's their best player. And you can't, if you're watching him this season, you can't get the puck off his stick. It's ridiculous. He can pretty much move wherever he wants. When he gets into trouble, he knows where to put it. And I think his turnovers have to be one of the lowest in the NHL, except for maybe a fourth-line player who plays 5 minutes a night. You know, he is playing phenomenally right now, and I think he's a major part of it. Other players are getting a little bit, I'd say, lucky. Definitely not including Jonathan Taser or Hossa in that number, but definitely some of the players are getting a little bit lucky. They're scoring more, they're doing more than they would be. They're only playing so well because Patrick Kane is on fire, but that's what you want from a first overall pick, a guy that can actually make other players on his team better. But oh, there we go. There's one, the first goal. I was going for the rebound anyway, but it looks like it hit a leg. Oh, we don't get to watch a replay. Looks like it hit a leg and bounced right to the computer, Jokinen, who buries it in the back of the net.
And that's the end of the first period. After one, it's 1-0. We have seen everybody
So we go to the second period, up 1-0. We will, only 2 shots, holy. Alright guys, I'll see you on the other side for period 2. Alright guys, welcome back. Period 2 here. We're up 1-0 going into the second over QKA. We hope that we can kind of open things up here in the second period. Make this game a little bit too far out of reach. We were talking about Patrick Kane when we left off there. And the Chicago Blackhawks, but you know what? Everybody's kind of getting sick and tired of that story. We could talk a little bit about Rick DiPietro and the things that he said. I think it was just joking. If no one heard, he basically said there were times that he thought he wanted to drive his car into a tree, going like 100 miles an hour, just because he was getting demoted to the AHL. He's joking around. I think they blew it out of proportion, saying, "Oh, these could be considered suicidal thoughts." I think it's just a guy that's frustrated, you know, and he went over the top. I don't think he has to answer or explain himself in any way. It's a little over dramatic, obviously, but he's put himself in that position. So, I mean, another first overall player, first overall pick that just not up to snuff. Obviously, a lot more devastating a case than Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane I would not call a disaster whatsoever. He's been very successful. Just not as productive as other first overall picks like Steven Stamkos, even John Tavares. It's just he doesn't shine as brightly anyway. Doesn't mean he's a bad player. But Rick DiPietro, on the other hand, is a huge letdown. Probably the biggest letdown since Patrick Stefan, who really, that was like the year after, right? I think DiPietro was taken in was it 2000? Yes, I believe it was 2000 that Rick DiPietro was taken. Oh, Slapshot scores! I upped my Slapshot for these playoffs because we're going to be playing some computer or human goalies, so I knew I might be able to beat him, and I did. He was down on the butterfly, left himself open. That Slapshot, you can get there so fast. Oh, maybe this will be the thing. This will be the spark that we need to open this up. Gotta get on that. But anyway, Rick DiPietro's really never panned out. He played how many? They were saying like 50 games over the last 4 seasons. That's just ridiculous, you know. And he's wondering. I'm actually surprised it took him so long to get down to the AHL. I don't think anybody would have picked him up off waivers in the last 3 years anyway. It was there's way too much risk on that guy. Way too much risk. And now he's complaining about his job. Like, sorry, you got to play well to be up there. Just because you get drafted first doesn't mean you get to play. Ask Patrick Stefan. Ask Alexander Daigle. You know, those guys basically were pushed, like, stayed in the NHL longer than they should have, only because of where they were picked. That's a prime example of just hoping and waiting for that player to break out. Sorry, if you're not at that point, it's time to give up. He'll be lucky if he gets another NHL job. Oh, we're buzzing now. There you go. There you go. Now you take it. Oh, a tip, and it just gets deflected on. Crazy. Oh, here we go. Oh, shoot. Oh! He almost poked it in his own net. That would have been sweet. I'll take it. Whatever he can take in the playoffs. It doesn't really matter. However the puck gets in the net. Whoa! We almost poked it in our own net. Returning the favor, I guess. Let's get it. Oh! God damn it. I was just about to get into some other news, but for now. We could talk about the Ryan O'Reilly trade. Or not trade, sorry, but the offer sheet that the Calgary Flames had on him. That is an unbelievable story that kind of unfolded. Calgary's definitely grasping for straws at this point, looking for something that will make them successful. And unfortunately, I think that they're at the point where the Oilers were a few years ago when... oh, damn it, I'm taking a penalty. This is giving me a chance to talk without thinking about too much, though. They're at the point where the Oilers were a few years ago when they started picking up some big names, or they tried to. Like Danny Heatley, we sent him that friggin' care package, probably the most embarrassing day in Oiler history. And a bunch of, there's just a period of time where we were trying to sway all these picks, or all these players to come to Edmonton, and it just wasn't happening. And I think Calgary's kind of in the same boat. if nobody heard the story, basically, Calgary offered Ryan O'Reilly an offer sheet worth $10 million over 2 years. It was like $4 million for the first year and $6 million for the second, I think, is how that one worked. Anyway, O'Reilly accepted the offer, and no one thought that Colorado would match it because it was such a huge contract. It's $10 million over 2 years, and they already have, Matt Duchene and Gabriel Landeskog. They got a lot of good players that are going to be in and on their team for the next 10, 15 years at least. That they didn't think, no one thought that they'd, get Ryan O'Reilly. But they did. They matched the offer sheet, so they took that contract. But what came out the next day that apparently Jay Feaster didn't even know about, you expect your, You expect your GM to know a little bit about this kind of a process. Is that because he played 2 games in the KHL, he would have to clear re-entry waivers. So it's potential, because Calgary offered an RFA, an offer sheet. Hold on. Oh, get in front. Ah, sorry. Oh, power play. And it's 4 minutes, holy. Because Calgary offered offered O'Reilly the offer sheet, basically what would happen is, based on the amount that you spend on that player, that determines how many picks and what picks you give up. So basically, they would lose their first and their third round picks to the Colorado Avalanche if Ryan O'Reilly accepted their offer and Colorado didn't match it, which one of them happened. O'Reilly accepted, but Colorado matched it. Now, let's say Colorado hadn't matched it, and Ryan O'Reilly basically signed with the Calgary Flames, and they gave up their first pick and their third pick. He'd then have to clear re-entry waivers. And it's potential, there was a chance that Calgary might not get him. They would lose their first and third pick and not get Ryan O'Reilly. Anyway, that ends our second period. I'll see you guys on the other side for the third. Hey guys, welcome back to the third period here. We are up 2-1 now. We want to make this gap a little bit bigger. Let's get for at least another goal to widen the gap. We left off with the Ryan O'Reilly trade, or the Ryan O'Reilly signing. And basically what I had said was that, Calgary would potentially have lost the first and third picks for this year and still not gotten Ryan O'Reilly, and somebody else would have picked him up for basically free, or without having to give up any picks, which would have been great for whoever took him, but very much bad for the Calgary Flames. And that would have been a setback that probably would have put them back 10 years. 10 years of development. Like, how do you get over something like that? That's a huge mistake. And I think O'Reilly's agent even said something like, we had no idea that would happen. We didn't know that rule. And Jay Feaster says the NHL is not interpreting the rule the same way they would. But whatever. It doesn't matter how you interpret. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Breakaway. Oh, wow. This is getting a lot of space. There we go. Second goal of the game. That's another one on the power play. 3-1. That gives us a nice little cushion. Only 30 seconds into the third period. I had to be quick there because I picked up the puck like 4 feet from the goalie, and thankfully he got stuck on the line. That would be a point where you definitely come out and challenge that puck. I would say that only person at fault for that would be the goalie for not making the right play. But whatever, a shorthanded goal. Sorry, not a power play goal is what I meant to say. Oh, here we go. We're buzzing again. Over. Oh, and a shot. Hold on, we're buzzing here. Oh, feeds in. Wrap. Oh, I put it off the side of the net. I should have held on to it for one more sec. Oh. Can we go? There it is. Oh, it just got poked off my stick. He was diving. Come on. They usually trip you on that one. Okay, enough for NHL news. We can go to Oiler news. The more important stuff anyway. Let's see. They beat Dallas the other night, and then they lost to St. Louis. Dallas was a huge win. I mean, you're talking like 5-1. And against a team that they lost, I believe it was 6 in a row to in their barn. No, 6 in a row to total. 6 in a row to total. I think it's 11 times in Dallas. And they finally got that monkey off their back. Everybody was kind of excited, We had to make something of this road trip, basically the way it works, because we've got a 9-game road trip. We've completed 3 games. We're 1-1-1. I expected us to lose the first one for sure, and which we did, which was against Chicago. I didn't expect to go to overtime, though. So that's a plus. We got 1 point out of that, and I don't think you can expect much more from basically one of the worst teams from the last 3 years versus the best team from this year. So 1 point is pretty good. The second game was a huge thing because everybody thought we'd lose, and I thought we'd lose in regulation. No overtime, nothing. So basically, I thought to start the road trip, we'd have 0 points in 4 games, but we've actually got 3 points in 4 games. So that's only losing 1 point. That's pretty good. That's a really good start. And then we went to St. Louis, and the team where I thought we actually might push overtime in, we ended up 2-0 and then conceding 4 straight goals. And I had to listen to that stupid St. Louis chant where you guys learn how to count. God damn, that's annoying. It's probably only annoying when I'm the other team. But yeah, they let that one go, so it's kind of weird. Now we've got Minnesota coming up here this evening, and I think it'll be a big game because I think last season we actually beat them for the first time in their house in 16 straight games. They won 16 in a row in Minnesota. We just couldn't win. I mean, the games, you only do 4 a year. You only play 4 games a year against a team, and up to that point, basically, 4 games a year, 4 games in their house against divisional rivals or whatever. So, I mean, that's 4 seasons worth of losses, basically, before we actually won one. That's crazy. Anyway, they finally won one. That monkey's off their back. Now they can actually focus on beating one of the most boring teams to watch in the NHL. All this firepower, all this defensive prowess, and they still... Whoa, goalie! Holy... All this firepower and defensive prowess, and they still... Oh, hold on. Kick it. Ah, jeez. And they still can't score. It's ridiculous. I mean, you got Danny Heatley. You've got Zach Parise. Sorry, Parisi. God damn, that's annoying. You picked up Devin Setaguchi as well at the same time. And they still can't score. Are you kidding me? What a joke. And their defense, like Ryan Suter, yeah, he's been solid, I guess. But that's all they ever play is defense, so it doesn't matter. Oh, there you go. 4-1. Minnesota's a great team. They've got great players on their team, but they're so boring. Like, who would pay to see them live? I wouldn't. I'd pay to watch the Oilers kick their ass. That's about it. And it's nothing against their players, because they have good players. Their problem is their coaching style. They said they're trying to switch it over, but I'm still seeing, like, haunting. It's like a haunting. It just doesn't go away. It's the same shit every year. It's so boring, and somehow, they either beat the big teams with their crappy defense. Well, it's good defense, but it's boring to watch. And they think that they're hot stuff. They go and they play a crappier team, and then they end up losing. They wonder why. But I don't know. Minnesota's annoying to watch. Anyway, they got Minnesota tonight, so I'm hoping that they can basically just outskate their asses. And just beat them up, because they're going to be pissed off that they lost against St. Louis, where they had 2 quick goals. Oh, rebound! Oh! Taylor Hall's hurt, though. We don't know how long for. They say it's penalty. They say it's day-to-day. He hurt his leg or something like that. He blocked a shot with his wrist, which looked really painful at the time, but apparently the injury happened before. He stretched his leg out and strained it. I don't know how it exactly played out, but Taylor Hall's out for the game. He'll probably miss this game. So if you think about it, yesterday, today, the day after that, he's gonna get about 3 to 4 days of good rest before he has to play again. So he'll probably be back by next game. He'll probably only miss this one, but it sucks because he just came off his suspension. Literally, yeah, St. Louis was his first game back, and he's already gone again. So, oh geez, good save, goalie. Good job, man. Anyway, so that's kind of the Oiler news right now that we're dealing with here. Maybe we should just cover the rest of this game here. There's only 5 minutes. We're only 5 minutes. Pardon me, 5 minutes out here from a win. 4-1, we're up. Yeah, just clear that out. We don't need any pressure right now. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Oh wow, someone jumped up on that body check. There you go. Get it out. Let's go. Here we go. Okay. Oh, there you go. 4 goals by yours truly. 5-1 we lead now. That was a good pass. Or the slap pass, whatever you want to call it. It works. It works. Sadly, too well in this game, I find. Especially, I mean, human goalies are one thing, because it seems like a lot of players don't focus too much on rebounds. But computer goalies have such a hard time with the rebounds. Such a hard time. It's almost like, oh, I almost got that in. That would have been 6-1. It's almost like that they're human players. The one thing I do like about it is that they do have the same kind of... The rebounds do affect them the same way real NHL goalies do. If you ever watch a real hockey game, the goalies do... Oh, wow. Oh! That's not in? That went up the inside of the post. Oh, my God. I hate that spot. They said they were going to get rid of that from 12 to 13, and it's still here. It's still haunting us. It's so stupid, too. Like, that's a goal. You know, it doesn't hit the post. It hits the net, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't make a sound, so you assume it hits the net at least. And no goal. Ridiculous. Anyway, we're up 5-1, and we don't really need the 6. It's just that we got robbed. Oh, Jokinen took a good shot. He shot too high, though. He should have shot low. Put it between the glove and the pad. But, we got a fight here. No, sorry, what was I talking about? I was talking about the goalies. Yeah, they do kick out rebounds. The one thing that I find that's ridiculous, if you're watching NHL, if they make a good, you know, cross the slot pass or something like that, the player's going short side almost every time. They know that they're going to get him kind of around the shoulder area on that side or in between the glove and the pad or blocker and the pad, whatever side the goalie catches on, you know. But it seems like you can't do that unless you shoot the other way, which is ridiculous. It's not like that in the NHL. Sometimes, yeah, the goalie gets sliding, but that's only when he's, you know, playing like an idiot. For the most part, you can beat him short side, and they've totally taken that out in this game, and I don't know why. You pretty much have to do a double cross crease pass in order to do that. It's a little stupid, but that's the way they built the game, I guess. So we all got to go short side, or all got to go far side now instead of short side. But with far side, you're gonna miss way more than you are gonna go short side. So I don't know. It's kind of stupid. So we got 2 fights there at the end of the game, including a goalie fight. Oh shoot! I dropped off. Ooh, there you go. Good steal. All right, here we go. One more for just for the heck of it. Let's go. Oh no! What the hell happened? There you go. Crank it. Oh, it's going. Oh, it almost slid in there. It was running out of steam, and I thought it might just, you know, carry him into the net, but it just stopped. Up. There we go. One more time. Cut to the middle. Oh, and he got the stick on it. Oh, well. Oh, what the hell happened in the end there? Anyway, there you go, guys. Game 1 in the books. We made it through the first round of the playoffs. Only 3 more to go. 5-1, a dominating score against QKA. Which I can only assume there are a few of them from Quebec, considering they all named their team after Montreal Canadiens players. I think at least they have Carey Price in that anyway. Jeez. Easy goal. Another one here. Easy goal. This one was a little lucky for sure, but whatever. We'll take it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this one. We'll have Game 2 out to you guys shortly as well. You guys have a good one.